Oh, man. What's up and good morning, guys. Man, does it feel good to be back in front of the camera. This is like the first day in the last 3 that I've actually even kind of had a voice. I completely lost it for 2 of those days, and it's just been a little bit brutal. I hate being sick. And it's not too often that when I'm sick, I feel useless. But this one, I have felt absolutely useless. More so, I think, because I feel like I let you guys down without putting out daily videos. But we got to go do a check around the house. I got to make sure if I still got a Dmax. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, gang's all still here. All right, that's good. Let's check the garage here. Where's the button? There's the button. All right, well, we still got a front bumper if anybody wants to buy that. All right, we still got the golf cart. Cool. Still got the 40s on 24s. Cool. There she is. I'm glad to see you're still here, girl. I don't want to get too close. I don't want to get you sick, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you. And before we jump into today's business, I just want to say one quick thing. You know, I don't typically get sick, but for those of you that do not go to the gym when you're sick. Like, if you want to sweat it out, turn up the heater in your house and do jumping jacks. Like, don't go to the gym when you're sick. You're going to get everybody else sick. Like, why? Why do people do that? I don't know. But anyways, let's jump into the business of today's video. And I hate to even have to do this video. I also hate to say I told you this was coming, but this was coming. And obviously what we're talking about is California's not new exhaust law, but new mandatory fine for their exhaust law. And if you guys remember from the video me talking about it, I gave you an instance of when California put in place a new insurance law. If you didn't have proof of insurance with you while driving, whether you had it or not, didn't matter. You had to have it on you. It was a mandatory $1,000 fine. Same with the exhaust. The exhaust law, which has always been on the books for however many years, it is now a mandatory $1,000 fine. Which, once that happens, guess what's going to get enforced really heavily right off the bat. And well, guys, the enforcement is getting real. Maybe you guys have seen this video. Let me censor it a little bit for you. Let's cut to it and we'll talk.
That's one. Number 2's over there.
So let's continue our Bible study.
Yeah, you think they're gonna be like, let me go by? Oh, he tried to go slow. Oh, I'm so fucked. But it's okay, I took the Prius. Suckers!
Now, basically, this was my, I don't want to say biggest fear, but this is kind of what I was unfortunately knew would happen, ended up happening. And that is that, of course, the second that new law goes into place, it is going to be on such heavy enforcement. We're just not going to know what to do with ourselves. Now, mind you, being in a big diesel truck, we are exempt, allegedly, due to the weight restrictions of the law. I think it's 65 or 6,400 pounds and under. So it technically doesn't apply to me, but don't think for 1 second that this law isn't going to open up doors to new stuff that's eventually going to make its way up to us or to other states even. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my true and honest opinion of this. Now, mind you, this is my opinion. Doesn't have to be your opinion, but let's jump into this. Now, I don't know who the original poster of this video is. Otherwise, I'd give you credit. If you guys know, let me know. I'll give them credit. But in reading through the comments on a lot of these videos, it was noted that the group here that you see having like a car meet in this parking lot is known to be a group that goes out and causes a lot of, I don't know, kind of like those sideshows that you see where they shut down streets, do donuts in intersections, just cause a lot of chaos. Some comments said that's not true, that's not this group. But regardless, some of the mention of the reason this law or mandatory fines even in place is to cut down on groups that do that type of stuff. And I might hurt a lot of feelings when I say this, but that sideshow shutting down intersections, doing donuts in intersections.
5 different locations around the city. This video from the California Highway Patrol helicopter at High Street and MacArthur Boulevard shows the magnitude of one of the sideshows. Hundreds of people gathered with cars spinning, tires smoking, as dozens of other vehicles were stopped for blocks.
Getting 40 of your boys out there recording it, half of them getting clipped by cars. that is the stupidest shit I have ever seen in my life. Like, you guys are literally ruining the entire car scene for yourselves. And I'm not saying, like I said, that that's this group particularly, but the guys that go out and do that, I mean, it's kind of like the whole roll call thing when that became a let's go roll call on everybody and anybody, record it, go viral on it. It ruined it for us diesel truck guys. I understand it's fun to do certain things like that, but there's a time and a place. You want to go, off-roading, and at that point you're spitting out a bunch of black smoke out of your diesel? Cool. If you want to go, to a drift event, or you want to go to a car show with a burnout pit or that type of thing, and you want to do it, cool. But a public city street that you don't have the permit to shut down, it's dumb. You guys are asking for trouble. But that being said, I don't know that I necessarily agree with what's going on in this video. You guys know I'm a huge supporter of law enforcement. I'm a huge supporter of military, first responders. I know a ton of good cops. I've maybe encountered 1 or 2 bad cops in my life. Now, that being said, I don't like stuff like this. If they're literally just going to poach a car meet and just wait for one by one people to come out of the parking lot so they can ticket them, to me, that's being lazy. That's really making it look like this whole $1,000 is the revenue generator that we all know it is. And you're not going to make a lot of friends that way. And look, I definitely see it from both sides. I can understand the cops get frustrated. They pull up to 3 or 4 guys drag racing. All of them take off. You're maybe going to get one of them. I understand it. I've seen the videos of the guys that completely take over the freeways on dirt bikes and quads doing wheelies. Also the stupidest thing in the freaking world. And the cops all have a stand down order. They're not allowed to chase. They're not allowed to pull them over. They're not allowed to do anything. So at that point, I get that the cops are going to get frustrated. 110%. I mean, it really sets a bad precedent. It really cuts down on the car culture in California. And I understand that's kind of what they want to do. I know, at least in my city, they really want to get rid of cars. They're trying to put in tons of public transportation that nobody uses. Everybody here owns 2, 3, 4 cars. They're trying to put in, they're removing vehicle lanes, putting in bike lanes, like one full vehicle lane gone to put in a bike lane plus a barrier. It's absolutely crazy. California hates cars, even electric cars. The electric cars that used to get an exemption for the HOV lanes or the carpool lanes now have lost that, and now you got to buy a newer electric car if you want to get that again. It's chaos in California. That is absolutely no doubt. For those of you guys that say, well, go out and change it, why aren't you getting mad at the legislators that put these laws into place? We are, but we're the minority here, or at least they don't care about us here. It's people up in Sacramento. They're making these laws overnight. They're not taking public input. It's absolutely crazy. And I feel like California is so far gone that there's just no saving it. So at this point, we either hold on to what we got for as long as we can and then leave, or we leave now. But for some of us out there, this is what we love. We love vehicles, whether it be cars, whether it be motorcycles, whether it be trucks, whatever it is. We love vehicles, and part of the fun of owning a vehicle is modifying it, making it yours, customizing it. Obviously, some people say some customizations are dumber than others, making your vehicle ridiculously loud when it's ridiculously slow. Some may say stupid. Some may say lifting your truck, putting 40s on it's dumb. But we've all got our personal taste, and that's the cool thing about the whole vehicle culture, whether you're a car guy or a truck guy. I don't know that I'd show up at one of these car meets. It's not my cup of tea. I don't want to hear a car revving up for 20 minutes. But at the same time, I respect their right to build their car the way that they want. Truck meets you show up to and it's train horns for 2 fucking hours, which is equally annoying. But from what I'm seeing in this meet, now mind you, we only have this little video that we've seen. If there's a longer video out there, I'd love to watch it. But it looks like it's a typical meet in a parking lot, probably at a restaurant. And they were probably loud coming in. They're probably planning on being loud going out. But it looks like they're pretty harmless in that parking lot. Looks like the cops just found out about it and decided, all right, cool. Second they come out onto a public road, we'll just start picking them off one by one by one. And to me, if I'm sitting in this parking lot and I've got a vehicle with a loud exhaust, it's funny because you see a couple guys trying to sneak off in a higher gear so they can just putt through real quietly. But if you're seeing everybody getting popped, I would be on the phone immediately with a tow truck, having a tow truck or somebody with a trailer come get me, because even at a $100 tow or $150 tow is a lot cheaper than that $1,000 exhaust, plus all the crap you got to go through going to the state referee and changing out your exhaust and all that stuff. So it's funny that these guys all tried to chance it, because clearly that didn't work. I'd be interested in seeing the numbers of how many people got ticketed that night, because there's probably that was a lot of money sitting there. Now, I would almost equate this to a DUI checkpoint. Although a DUI checkpoint is a lot less targeted. To me, And you guys know my stance on drunk drivers, being that a drunk driver almost killed me, completely ruined my favorite vehicle in my life. More importantly, almost killed my dog. I hate drunk drivers with an absolute passion. But I feel like DUI checkpoints are just, they don't do a whole lot of good. If you want to really get some DUIs, you do this. You put some cops right outside of a parking lot of a bar or a restaurant, and then maybe we'll see some type of different outcome in terms of arresting people for DUIs. A DUI is a lot more serious than somebody with a loud exhaust. Now, if you put a loud exhaust in the hands of somebody that's dumb and is street racing, it is what it is. You know, obviously they are dangerous. But to group everybody that has a loud exhaust in with street racers is like grouping every firearms owner in with a school shooter. It's just, you can't generalize people like that. And the problem is California loves to do that. So my biggest fear is that this is gonna somehow morph itself into some other laws. At some point they're gonna start going after, you know, diesel truck owners and the things that we do to our vehicles. I've already heard that there are emissions checkpoints getting set up similar to DUI checkpoints where they're literally checking every vehicle that comes through. You know, not that I'd have to worry about that or anything, but stuff like that. I mean, it's only getting worse. They're only cracking down tighter and tighter on what we do. And, you know, I don't know what to do about it. There's a petition. I'll put a link to the petition down in the info. But I do find it funny that the guy that shows up that's recording all this, who's probably a car guy, went to this meet in his Prius to record all this, and he's laughing, but at the same time I guarantee he's got a vehicle sitting at home that would have got popped just like this. But that's probably what California car meets are going to look like pretty soon. It's just going to be a bunch of Priuses or Prii all lined up in a row. Yeah, mine's got the hyper efficiency package on it. Oh yeah, no, I've got the big regenerating brake kit on there. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Oh, those on the roof? Yeah, solar panels. I know. It's pretty trick. It's custom. Oh, you're not running the all electric? Ew, ghetto. Let me guess, you go over 55 miles an hour in the fast lane? Stupid. But really, guys, as a word of warning and also kind of a plea to not continue to ruin, you know, the culture that we love, stop doing stupid stuff. There's a place and a time, but stop doing stupid stuff out on public roads that are drawing a lot of attention and are just gonna enforce more regulations and more laws against what we love. It's hurting the entire culture, whether it be cars, trucks, motorcycles. It all ends up affecting each other in some way, shape, or form. And then, you know, the last thing we want is CHP, cops, all that, just being on the lookouts to chase these $1,000 tickets when there's a lot of other stuff to be done. All right, guys. Well, with that, we're gonna keep this one real short and sweet. I don't want to lose my voice, so I'm gonna preserve it for tomorrow's video. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button now, that way you do not miss out on any future content, and hopefully I can leave the house and film some videos. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. And also go ahead and do me a favor and sign that petition to repeal this new exhaust mandatory fine. I don't know what good it's gonna do, but every little bit that we can do may or may not help. At least we gotta try. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.